Good day, everyone. I am Abigail Molon, and this is the continuation of Monisa Mamintal's report. The first daughter is Saturnina. She was the oldest of the Rizal children. She married Manuel T. Hidalgo of Tanawan, Rizal. Second one is Pasiano. He was the older brother of Dr. Rizal. Next one is Narcisa. She married Antonio Lopez, a school teacher of Morong, Rizal. Next one is Olympia. She married Silvestre Obaldo, a telegraph operator from Manila. Next is Lucia. She married Mariano Herbosa of Calamba. Next is Maria. She married Daniel Faustino Cruz of Binyan, Laguna. The seventh one is Jose. He married Josephine Bracken, a pretty Irish from Hong Kong. Concepcion. She died at the age of 3. Next is Josefa. She did not marry. She died an old maid. Next is Trinidad. She died an old maid just like Josefa. The last one is Soledad. She was the youngest of the Rizal children. She married Pantaleon Quintero of Calamba. Ancestry of Rizal. Jose Rizal, like a typical Filipino, was a mixed ancestry. In his veins flowed the bloods of both East and West, Negrito, Indonesian, Malay, Chinese, Japanese, and Spanish. Rizal's paternal great-great-grandfather was a Chinaman named Domingo Lamco, a native of Chinchu, China's city of spring. His father, Francisco, was a great-grandson of Lamco. Both his father's father and grandfather had been capitanes or town mayors of Binyan. It is said that on the maternal side, Rizal's ancestor was Lacan Dula, last Malayan king of Tondo. A maternal great-great-grandfather was Eugenio Ursua, a Japanese blood. Jose's mother, Theodora, belonged to a clan of gifted men. Her brothers, Gregorio, Manuel, and Jose, were men of unusual talents. Her father, Lorenzo Alberto Alonso, was an engineer who was awarded by Spain with the coveted decoration of Knight of the Grand Order of Isabella the Catholic. Her maternal grandfather was Manuel de Quintos, a prominent Manila lawyer. His paternal grandfather, Cipriano Alonso, was a capitan of Binyan. In 1849, Governor Narciso Claveria ordered the Filipino families to choose new surnames from a list of Spanish family names. The children of Lorenzo Alberto Alonso adopted the name Rialonda. Kaya ang Teodora Alonso ay naging Teodora Alonso Rialonda. The name Rizal. The original name of the Rizal family was Mercado. It was a surname adopted in 1731 by Domingo Lamco, the paternal Chinese ancestor. In English, it means market. In the year 1849, as I mentioned earlier, Governor Claveria issued a decree directing all Filipino families to choose new surnames from a list of Spanish family names. The purpose of this gubernatorial decree, or Kautosang Pambayan, was to Hispanize the Filipino surnames which were difficult for the Spanish authorities to pronounce, much less to remember. So Jose's father, Francisco, scanned the list of Spanish surnames sent to Calamba, such as Cruz, Santos, Ramos, Rivera, and etc. He did not like these surnames. Being a man of independent character, he chose his own surname, Rizal, which was not in the list recommended by the Spanish authorities. He considered this new family name as more fitting for his farming clan than Mercado, which signifies market. And also, the term Rizal came from the Spanish word Rizal, which means green field or new pasture. The Rizal family. The Rizal family was one of the most richest families in Calamba. They were the first to build a large stone house in Calamba, the first to own a carruaje or horse-drawn carriage, the first to have a home library, estimated to consist of more than 1,000 volumes of books, and the first to educate their children in the colleges of Manila. The Rizal family raised rice, corn, and sugar on large tracts of land rented from the Dominican state of Calamba. It operated a sugar mill, a flour mill, and a homemade ham press. It engaged successfully in the dye and sugar business in the barter trade, or exchange of products with other towns. Rizal's mother, Eudora, owned a store in town which sold many articles of trade needed by the people. She was a successful businesswoman, and the profits of this store augmented the family income. In due time, Rizal family was able to purchase another stone house in Calamba, and this was another proof of the family affluence. Not only was the Rizal family one of Calamba's richest families, it was withal highly esteemed and respected, combining wit and culture, hospitality and charm. It participated in all social and religious activities in the community. Don Francisco and Doña Teodora were gracious hosts to all visitors, priest, alferez or lieutenant of the Guardia Civil, Spanish officials, and Filipinos. During holidays, such as Christmas, town fiesta, and other occasions. Beneath the Rizal roof, all guests, irrespective of their color, social position, or economic status, were treated equally with all courtesy and hospitality. The Rizal home. The house of the Rizal family was one of the distinguished stone houses in Calamba during Spanish times. It was rectangular in shape, of adobe, stone, and hardwood with a red tiled roof. Behind it were the poultry yard full of turkeys and chickens, and a garden of tropical fruit trees like atis, balimbing, makopa, papaya, santol, tampoy, and etc.